Hello children, it's time for your maths class. Today we will be continuing with profit and loss, and we will be starting a word problem question today. Here is the question. Ramu bought a pair of shoes for rupees 700 and sold it after a few months at rupees 645. What was his loss or gain? As we had explained before, loss or gain, sometimes we use profit instead of gain. Gain and profit are same, right? So in the last class we had explained about the cost price and the selling price. First, cost price, the short form is CP. CP is the cost price. Cost price is the price at which an item is bought. Thil kan an lei na manaka lei na ka CP ania or an SP selling price ka SP ti zelin kan pang do na selling price ti na ni selling price ka chu thil shal na mizo chung chuan thil shal na man ka ni kan soi nun ne nga CP chu it is the price at which an item is bought. Thil lei na manaka CP ania selling price SP chu thil shal naman lei na le shal na thil kan leya kan shal chuan loss le profit alo om chin ani entinan pen, you bought a pen for 10 rupees, right? You bought a pen for 10 rupees. That means 10 rupees is your CP, right? Pen cheng so mai le khan cheng song kha CP cost price ani chuan ichanu khan alo du ve a khabi pen kha pen kha ka lo le ve nge tia cheng som panga ini le tir ta ni chuan cheng so mai le kha cheng som panga a alo le chuan ishal ta ni nang ma chang kha chuan cheng so panga ini shal chuan cheng so panga kha is selling price ani cheng so mi ni leya I le na kha CP ani chuan cheng so panga in ishal le a ishal na kha SP ani chuan cheng so mai le kha cheng so panga a ishal chuan a inkar a han eng thil nge lo thleng ta le pi lo nei ta ni khami I hle pakha profit kan ti chu ni profit, or sometimes we use the word gain, right? That means how much do you get as a profit when you bought a pen for 10 rupees and sold it for 15 rupees? Cheng so mai de cheng so pangai shal khan profit ilaw nei ta a ilaw hlep ta ni so I profit chu engtin nge kan thanan kan ti chuan I hlep ti kan shat na chu SP alen zo khan ishal na selling price alen zo chuan profit alo om ti na ni chuan I profit chu dan tur chu profit formula profit kan sin don profit alo om reng chuan selling price I alian zo ti na when selling price is bigger than CP. I hope you are familiar with the symbol. Azaw zog lampang hi alian zog kok tu nia azum lampang hi ate zog kok zelang hetia ga lo in zia chuan SP hi CPI hian alian zog tina SP is bigger than CP. When SP is bigger than CP, we get a profit, right? Selling price alian zog reng chuan profit alo omang chuan profit is on don chuan alian zog SP changkhan CP is subtract nga SP heta hian 15 ani a CP hi 10 ani a I subtract chuan 5 alo chuaka chumi om zia chu I profit kha 5 alo ni ti na I hlep kha 5 rupees ti na. Now let us look this example, this question. I hope you can see the question clearly. A question hi in shat yan vio ngai book ta a eta hian Ramu bought a pair of shoes for rupees 700. He bought a pair of shoes for rupees 700. What would be 700? CP or SP? Langai to cha ula Ramu bought a pair of shoes for rupees 700 and sold it after a few months at rupees 645. He bought it and then sold it. He bought it for 700 rupees and sold it for 645. What was his loss or gain? The question did not tell us whether he get a loss or a gain in this transaction. Here we have to think it by ourselves. He bought it for 700. So what would be 700? What do we call a price at which an item is bought? We call it a CP, the cost price, right? CP is the price at which an item is bought. Ting za sari in a lea, 645 in a shal lea. Tuan 700 to a CP lo ni tani. CP to til le na kantika. To mean tuan 700 to CP. Tuan question ina a given how ka kanziak masaputang 700 to CP alena ni wangin CP is equal to rupees 700. Next, he sold it for rupees 645. Sold it for 645 means his selling price is 645. A shal na 645 in a shal ati tuan shal na to selling price ni a. Tuan we can write SP is equal to rupees 645. Tuan CP le SP kan ni tuan kan compare do ni khongye lian zo CP or SP, which is bigger, 700 or 645? 700 is bigger. So 700 is CP. So we can write CP is bigger than SP. So what happened when CP is bigger? When CP is bigger, there is a loss, right? So you have to remember it like that. When CP is bigger, there is a loss. When SP is bigger, when the selling price is bigger, there is a profit. Remember those 2 points. Ay, apoy mo tani. Selling CP alen zok chuan loss lo o mga. When selling price alen zok chuan profit lo o mga. Here CP is bigger than SP. That means we have a loss here. So we will write loss is equal to loss ni so alian zok changa te zok subtract z tur, which is bigger CP. So we write CP minus SP. So we will write the value. What is CP? It is 700 rupees. 700 minus SP is rupees 645. We subtract this and we get, when we subtract this, we get 55 rupees. So in this transaction, Ramu lost 55 rupees. So we write the answer, rupees 55. Right? There is a loss here. Remember, the important point is when CP is bigger, there will be a loss. If CP is smaller, if SP is bigger, we will be calculating profit here. Right? Our next question is, Raju bought oranges for rupees 500. He sold it in the market at a loss of rupees 50. At what price did he sell the oranges? Here, he bought it for rupees 500. So what would be rupees 500? This would be the CP, right? He sold it in the market at a loss of rupees 50. What is rupees 50 here? This will this be the selling price? Let's read the question again. He sold it in the market at a loss of rupees 50. At a loss of rupees 50. That means this is not the selling price, this is the loss, right? So he bought oranges for rupees 500. That means 500 is the cost price. This is the price at which an item is bought. Teng zanga in alea ani chuan teng zanga to CP turini. Next sentence chuan bazara avashalya teng songa alosa. tia ching songha kha a shal na ni lawa a loss ani. So we will write loss is equal to rupees 50. Then what did the question ask? At what price did he sell the oranges? Saying in zating ye oranges te kha ava shal ta ti kha kan calculate don ani. Tia what problem question can solve reng chuan question khan enge min pek ti kha a given how kha kan siang lang ma sa zelang 500 to a leina nia leina to cp nia chuan ching songa loss in a shal le a ti chuan loss kha ching songa chuan loss om chuan loss om ta a question in the means to at what price did he sell the oranges engzatin nge a shal ani chuan enge min zo ta cp min zot lawa loss min zot lawa sp min zot ta a chuan selling price kha question in min zot selling price kha kan zon tur lo ni ta ni. Right, cp is given, he bought it for 500 rupees, he sold it with a loss of rupees 50. Loss is 50 rupees. So at what price did he sell the oranges? The question asks us to find out the selling price. Right, tiang case hian selling price kha engtin nge kan zonang selling price kan zon don chuan when there is a loss, right? So we will write cp minus loss. This is the formula. You will need to learn by heart this formula, right? Hey, by heart angai don tani sp zon don chuan when there is a loss. To find out the sp when there is a loss, the formula is cp minus loss. I want you to learn by heart this, right? So cp minus loss. Then what is cp here? 500. We write rupees 500 minus loss is rupees 50. Then how much is it? Rupees 450. That means he bought it for rupees 500 and sold it for rupees 450. Now the selling price, the answer is rupees 450. Here I have changed for the next question. I use the same wordings, but I changed not the same wordings. I've changed here the second sentence. Now let's look at the question. Raju bought oranges for rupees 500. He bought it for 500. He sold it in the market with a profit of rupees 50. Instead of a loss, here I have written profit, right? He bought it for 500 and sold it with a profit of rupees 50. Cheng zanga in a leya bazara avashel le kan cheng somga ahleb ve thungta ni profit alone ve thungta ata hian amami ne na dang lam chu mami ka chon loss ni ta hi chon profit. At what price did he sell the oranges? Cheng ingzatin nge ashal le ta cheng zanga in a leya cheng somga ahlepa a profita cheng ingzatin nge ashal le ta a given how ka kan list out photanga 500 to a leina ni wangin cp kha 500. Then with a profit of rupees 50 in each one, rupees 50 kha hita hitan profit alone nita ashal na chu profit allow om chuan selling price kan zon dona loss ni lawa profit allow om ve thung chuan cp plus profit ti chu formula kha adang allow om neta sp kan zon don khan thil pani loss om chuan sp is equal to cp minus loss anianga profit om chuan sp is equal to cp plus profit ti tu kha kan chin chang profit om chuan cp plus profit loss om chuan cp minus loss ti a chut turani chuan cp kha 500 profit is 50 rupees. So when we add, we get rupees 550. So our answer is, that means he sold it for rupees 550. That is all for today. And your assignment 34 will be exercise 8.2. Question number 3, A, B, and C. Submit. You will need to submit this assignment. Thank you.